who, as all of my characters, except for one that I am currently playing, ended up part dragon for reasons.
There's an
Wood Elf
alternate...
Sorcerer.
There's an alternate reality of Grabella, where instead of planting the beans, Grabella just ate the beans.
Oh,
and then
no.
instead of converting to be a zealot barbarian in service to Azrael, she just actually became a wild magic barbarian, because that's also a subclass for some reason.
That's
It
terrifying.
is. No, in that campaign that I played this Wood Elf, he was wild magic barbarian and I was wild magic sorcerer, so our sessions could get quite chaotic sometimes.
The worst part about wild magic barbarians is that, weirdly, they don't wild magic all that much.
No, it was definitely a lot more hit or miss.
Yeah, I feel like it's right there on the tin. Just make it happen. But no.
But there was one session where we were both hitting it like every single thing that we did. It was very funny.
I'm looking at these golden fleece bracers.
Yeah, that was a Greek-themed campaign.
Cool.
I made somebody give up their god. It was great.
Whenever you cast a cantrip, you can use bonus action on the same turn to cast that cantrip a second time. That's pretty sick.
It was pretty
That's pretty sick.
Especially when I finally got polymorph.
That's even sicker. Too bad polymorph is not a cantrip, but...
I know, yeah.
Still makes it hilarious.
But I would just like bap him a couple of times and then turn him into a sheep because I can.
Yup. Because why not?
Like, alright, that guy's not a problem for a little bit, but he will be again. Hurry up.
Is that Eldritch Blast in your list of cantrips?
Yes.
What the hell?
Shari went through some shit, man.
How did we get there? How did we get here?
I don't remember.
Wait, did you get like a spell sniper feat?
I think I did. Yes, I did. That's exactly
Okay.
what it was, looking at this now.
Wait.
I mean, if you're a charisma class, like a charisma caster class, you absolutely 10 out of 10 take magic initiate or whatever you need to get access to Eldritch Blast. Like, you just do that.
She had to be rather convincing because she was bad at everything else.
So that scales at your sorcerer level then?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And unfortunately, the campaign ended when I got to the 12.
Wait, so that means you could repeat that cantrip and fire 6 beams.
I did tone her down a little bit. I didn't use that to its fullest.
I'm sorry, you have a Gatling gun envy, Mr. Artificer?
Mr.
My
21 fireballs prepared.
I did have the Draconic Spirit, like Sea Swab. And then, honestly, Comprehend Languages was something I just fucking used all of the time. It was amazing. I let everybody take a stab at it before I spun my little ring.
Sea Swab, are you here? Are you good? I have not heard you.
I mean, I'm here. I'm fucking... Yeah, it was a rough day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Mallow Pie Week!
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's your
now I'm jealous.
favorite! Do you wanna come over and have some Mallow Pie?
I mean, they wanted me to stay till like 7 today, and I stayed. I worked like 10 a.m. to like 8 on Saturday. I worked 5 a.m. to 7:30 yesterday, and then 5 a.m. to 4 today.
Oh,
because it's CES week, so you know.
Ah, that shit again.
And then. Here's the best way I can explain this. CES week for us is how like BlizzCon was for you guys, right? It's like it's the thing. It's the thing all year. It is the thing. But for whatever reason, unlike BlizzCon for you guys, we have to go somewhere and do all this stuff. All we're doing is just adding more flights, and we're adding internationals as opposed to having 0 internationals. But for some reason, during this week, everybody turns into morons and somehow like our job is different. Well, our job is not different.
It's the same, just more.
But like,
Just more.
but people go, oh, CES week, I don't know what to do. And you sit there and you're looking at people and you're like, what's going on? Why are you guys, like, these guys I've worked with for like 20 years who I know how to do the job turn into like new hires. And I
Brain goes
don't
in a-
understand. And then like, we get a bunch of managers that come in because all they want to do is be seen and network. They don't actually do fucking anything. And so this guy today messed up a flight. I was out there helping him. He messed up the flight. He parked it on the wrong line. Parking on the wrong line is a big deal because it sticks out of the roadway, can cause damage, and then like the jetway won't reach the door, or the fueler can't reach the fuel pit, etc., etc. So he calls in, hey, I parked on the wrong line. What do you want to do? 5 managers come out. Okay? So imagine you look outside, you see people wearing vests, baggage handlers. 5 managers come out, and they stand there, and they look at the nose gear on the wrong line, and then they look like, 6 feet to the left where the line is that it's supposed to be parked on. They look back at the tire, and they go, you guys parked it on the wrong line. Like, yeah, no shit. That's why we called you in here. And so then you go, okay, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to not deplane and have us pull the plane forward, or we want to deplane and then we'll pull the plane forward afterwards? Should we dump it while we're doing this? Like, what do you want to do? And they go, well, we don't know. So I literally like walk away laughing because I have a great disdain and lack of respect for a lot of managers because they don't know how to do my job, but they're supposed to like, tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will just walk away laughing, like, what a fucking joke. And it's
like, what are you supposed to do in something like that? Like, you would try and repark the plane, right?
Technically what you need to do is you need to pull the plane forward because of the fact that if the fueler can't reach, or God forbid somebody drives, because the plane sticks out into the roadway where people drive, and bigger trucks are driven, and you don't want somebody to hit the plane.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to pull it forward. But it's just like, they stand around doing nothing.
Look at each other, thumbs and asses.
And like, I'm out there all day just getting mad because it's just like, my job is not hard. Okay? My job is not hard. It is very, very, very simple. But somehow, people make it seem like we're fucking doing open heart surgery, and it drives me crazy. And it's the same job we do every day. There's just more flights of them this week.
Just let it out, girl. Let it out.
Oh, and I didn't eat today. I mean, I ate after work, but like I hadn't eaten all day, so I was just like super hangry. So I'm just screaming. I'm just like, my blood pressure is rising, and I'm just mad, and I'm just yelling at people.
No.
And I was like, the whole drive home, I was like, I got to make sure that I don't just take it out and murder everybody in the game, and everybody get mad at me because I'm just the first method that comes up with this dumb little voice. I'm going to whatever encounter we go into, and I just go, lightning bolt to his face. I don't care.
Oh, Lost it appears. Oh, he's back. He's no longer lost. Lightning bolt to the face?
Oh, immediately.
Well, here, Swab, you can definitely take it out on the NPCs. You can rip the wings off the mephits. That's up to you. But now we get to focus on D&D and ignore everything that happened in the real world because it's terrible. That's why we're all here, for a little escapism, a few laughs, a little fun. I hope you've got snacks. I hope you got drinks. Let's do...
I have alcohol.
That's also good. Let's do a quick recap of the previous session. And then we'll get right into it. Because we've got a couple spicy nightmares coming up. As for a quick recap, as you all attempt to access Arctis's mind in order to ask the great cosmic dragon one pressing question is on your mind. The cosmic dragon will answer to the best of his ability. You are currently inside Arctis's mind, aka the Great Ice Library, a repository of everything that has ever happened in a mortal life, kept inside books and preserved for all of eternity. You have not reached Arctis's mind yet, but you are worried that the nightmare dragon Vanix has, and Vanix, along the way, has injected his generals and influence into the history of Arctis that is written and recorded, potentially altering people's memories of how history has actually gone down. Your job has been to go through these altered books, guided by the nightmare methods, and either defeat Vanix's generals or eliminate his influence within the history of Arctis. After Arctis is safe, hopefully, you will be able to defeat Vanix and find out one pressing question. And for some of you, that is how to stop the slow, a thing that is killing the world that you currently stand on. For others, it might be something a little more simplistic, perhaps even selfish. The question is up to you. As you are currently in the Ice Library archive, a large quantity of nightmare methods have been left in Vanix's wake, and you have to go through these books, tainted by Vanix, in order to triumph, eliminate his presence, and cleanse Arctis of the nightmares that Vanix is trying to inject into history. You have defeated 4 trials so far. 2, we'll call them normal difficulty trials remain, but the last 2, death and mourning, primal fears that Vanix has injected, are not accessible to you until you prove yourself in the other nightmare. 2 methods of fear remain. The fear of the dark and the fear of violence. The book that you attempt to cleanse, well, the choice is yours. You recently witnessed the catastrophe of Verticula, and saw for your own eyes just exactly what started the slow, and hopefully gave you some answers about its origin, and perhaps where to go from here now that you know exactly what occurred. A mote of spell plague, trapped by an evil necromancer as he attempted to kill the world you currently stand on, and use it to revive his ancient lich god Melliflu. However, in altering the ley lines of magic in order to bring about a comet that would rain down upon Verticula, killing every necromancer that lived in the city of Undeath, the meddling wizard Tessa Polcanis infiltrated the sanctum. And while the necromancers were quickly put to the sword through various magical means, Tessa had used the ley lines that were tied up underneath Verticula like a bundle of veins, and used it to open a massive portal into the cosmos and summon a literal comet to come crashing down upon the city. But using this rift between worlds, Tiamat saw an opportunity, and one of her fanged maws came through the portal and bit down upon Arctis. As she injected her poison into the dragon's body, it mixed and broke open the box of spell plague, infecting Tiamat and changing the spell plague as it came into contact with Tiamat's venom, changing it into the slow. The mote of spell plague, now the slow, was not just tearing apart the foundation of magic, but warping it terribly. And you've seen it in its various incarnations in, quite a few ways. And now you know its origins. And you know that Tiamat herself may either carry some of the slow or be infected by the spell plague herself, which may also explain some of her decisions. After the catastrophe of Verticula, Rain, you picked up the essence of catastrophe, the magical piece that Vanix had left within the nightmare, leave it fester. This particular shard seemed almost too sharp to hold, and now you stuffed it safely in your pockets. 2 nightmares remain, and which one will you choose? Let us return to the Great Ice Library, where Losted is gone. The rest of the Mephits are cavorting around, continuing to either destroy or just read some of the books and laugh at the mortal's misfortune. One moment, please.
I don't know why. Loaded in, and the sparkles just made me think, did the Mephits clean up while we were gone?
A very clean table. Or perhaps it was Coslow's new phase spider friend, who's very insistent on, well, being Coslow's friend. But that friendship will blossom in other ways as we continue through the Great Ice Library. Disastit is currently nowhere to be seen, and you are left within the Great Ice Library, books and pages scattered about. The dragon-headed book that was in the center of the table is no longer there, and you are free to move about the archives as you see fit. What do you do?
Well, we went through 4 of them in this direction so far, so maybe we continue out of the room and to the northwest.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Leave the room? Coslow.
Read the room, Coslow!
Leave
I
the
don't
loom?
know. I don't know about this going west thing, but we're gonna go counterclockwise.
Okay, West Coast, West Coast. It's currently combat, though, so
What?
we couldn't go west if we wanted to.
What?
What do? You sit very
You
still.
stand there.
You fucking stay here and think about what you've done.
One
The
sec,
group
I'll fix
finds
that.
out Rain's the only one in combat. This is a plot twist.
Huh? Rain pulls out her knife. I pull out my gun.
Is it just me? Am I bugged?
No.
I also cannot.
Okay.
Apparently combat on other scenes is affecting this one, which happened.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
But not for me.
There's secret wars going on, unbeknownst to us.
Okay, we should be able to move.
Everybody follow the glowing ball. That I don't know why it's still up.
I was getting nervous. You ever have those times where, like, you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't move?
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I think that's what some people call it.
I believe it's caused by demons.
Huh. Yeah, I thought it was, too much self-hatred, stress, and imbalanced diet.
The Mephit, Darkit, turns as you exit the room of catastrophe and prepare to enter the room of darkness.
King's mortals.
He rubs his tiny little hands together. Wisps of shadows surround him, almost obscuring him entirely from view. He seems to blend in with the rest of the shadows in the Ice Library archives.
About time you've got here. Welcome, welcome to the primal fear of the dark.
Yeah, sorry it took us a minute. We had to spend about 7 eternities fucking around with Lost getting this stupid bullshit.
Yes, he tends to do that. You lose not only your time, but your patience.
Yep.
Nothing particularly scary either, just incredibly time consuming. Just really, really poor product planning.
That does sound exactly like Lost did. Well, truly one of the horrendous things would be to spend at least another 3 weeks in there.
I will kill you where you stand.
Oh, please do not. While Lostit and I are siblings and very close, one tends to get lost in the dark, but the dark itself is not merely just getting lost or being unable to see. It is the darkness inside all of us.
Oh, so we're going with a metaphorical thing.
Come.
I feel like that was something that could have been like, go through here and figure it out yourself. But thanks for telling us. At least we know it's here now.
Darkness is both literal and physical, tangible and intangible. You all should understand why darkness is a primal.
Look, the methods just know their audience, Whaledoodle. They're like, look, we can't bury the moral of the story. We gotta just tell them.
I hear you, but could we at least consider that, the method of storytelling could be improved?
As opposed to like reliving all these primal fears.
I could tuck you in, read the book aloud to you, and you can watch as your world unravels before your eyes. Is that something you would prefer? A little tucky, little nightcap?
I mean, actually, if that's on the table, that sounds lovely.
He thinks for a moment.
The world has not really been selling itself as needing to be defended in the last couple weeks. It's just a lot of extra work, a lot of overtime.
Whaledoodle, jot this idea down. Instead of going on crazed adventures, what we do is instead construct some kind of box similar to like a window where you can view said adventures in the comfort of your own home.
Preposterous.
Hang on. I hear what you're saying. So it's like anywhere you are, you could just see it through that window.
Mm-hmm. And maybe there are different adventuring parties out doing adventures, and you can flip between them to pick which adventure you want to watch at any time. And maybe we could have a rotating schedule of adventures.
That's preposterous. So many adventurers surely could not coordinate their time so easily and accurately.
Well, this is why we have to get, production executives involved so they can coordinate all the adventurers and make sure they're all adequately paid for their time.
Production is part of the higher primal evils.
Damn.
Is production part of the primal evil or production meetings?
The accursed boardrooms of death.
Is the final evil capitalism?
How did you know? The most primal fear of all. We could have let greed in here, but he would hog the spotlight.
You should meet Mr. Ticklefingers at some point. He's our head of HR.
I despise HR.
Oh, well, I hope you don't, because when all this is over with, you'll have to go through our HR training when you become our minions.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Mandatory.
Mandatory HR training?
Oh, don't worry, they make it fun.
But truly the actual primal fear. HR meeting.
Yeah.
We
Where's
subject
HR
all the
kid?
nightmare methods to the true nightmare.
No, don't put something on my calendar. That's an invite meeting for a one-on-one without anything in the description. No, don't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
And your employee review's coming up soon, so hope you met your metrics.
Charts, metrics, no, return me to the darkness.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to write out a 5-year plan. I'm not gonna tell you anything more about what that is, but if you do it wrong, you're gonna be in trouble.
Do
No,
I
no,
at
no,
least get
Pulsar,
to
there are
know what
no
my
wrong
budget
answers.
is?
There are
Oh,
no
yeah, that's
wrong
right.
answers.
Until we have your answer, at which point then there are wrong answers.
Exactly, precisely.
Absolutely
that
preposterous.
Your nightmare meets expectations.
No! Oh, I've met expectations for so long. When will I exceed them?
I'm so glad you asked that. See,
that's
we
the
actually
part.
could draw that up
You
for
don't.
you.
Oh,
We could draw you up a little, personal improvement plan.
no.
Get you stepping forward.
Look, the
God.
reality here is we actually only have enough budget for about 5% of the workforce to get a promotion annually, so it's just not your time.
But the imps work so much harder than the pips.
It's actually interesting you bring it up. We're gonna have to lay off about 40% of the imps.
What? But we've been working so hard, so feverishly.
Yeah, well, we got to meet value for our shareholders first.
Look, you took a perfectly good imp, and look what you did. You gave it anxiety.
No. The darkness is truly already settled in your hearts. I need to take a breath.
Wait, did we just complete this one automatically? Hell yeah, high five.
Ugh.
By just harassing them. And,
The Always Sunny theme starts.
You-
It's gonna crush you with realism.
Stay in there until the darkness is cleansed from your hearts, and no sooner.
Darkness is available for $17.95 a month.
Well, apparently you've traumatized the imp of Nightmare. Good job.
Hooray.
You are now a greater primal evil.
The
He's not
darkness
the first,
was
Look at me.
probably not the
experiences
last.
I
we
am
had
the
along
evil
way.
now.
But wait, where's that crystal? We won. Where's the crystal?
We did this.
We're just making up for lost time and lost it.
I'm a TikTok dance on the table.
Do we
You're screaming from the other room.
have to do the book?
Ah, yes.
I think so.
The midnight.
Can we just watch the
abyss.
movie instead?
Ah, yes. Just kick back and just watch it happen.
Well, we need
This is-
Whaledoodle to go invent the movie first. That's the problem.
Oh, hi, Rain.
Oh no, I have a feeling I know whose nightmare this is.
Are we reading it?
Oh, no.
The cold bit into them
Oh,
like
there it
knives as they clung to the splintered driftwood, remains of their shattered vessels scattered across the ink-black sea. Only a few had survived the wreck, and now each survivor floated in darkness, separated by waves and thick mists, their breaths ragged, desperate. The silence pressed down, broken only by the distant creak of driftwood and the frigid, unrelenting slosh of water against the makeshift rafts. The passage from Arctis to Xavia was treacherous. Haunted by the horrors of the deep, shadowed figures that prowled the waves, they all had heard tales of ships vanishing beneath these waters, whole crews lost without a trace. Now, cast adrift and alone, they felt the truth of those stories in their bones. The water was too cold to endure for long. They didn't find each other soon. The chill alone would take them. From somewhere beneath the waves, a low, rumbling groan echoed up through the depths. Something stirred below, unseen but felt. A massive, lurking presence, circling in the midnight abyss, patient, watching. The survivors strained their ears for any sign of each other, knowing that every second counted. Vanix's shroud surrounds Vanix with magical darkness in a 40-foot radius. Creatures within the aura are blinded, and dark vision cannot penetrate this darkness. Sea Swab, your stomach lets out a low and audible noise.
I don't think that's so good.
A bit of anxiety begins to creep through your hollow bones, and you feel the goose flesh underneath your downy feathers. This truly is your nightmare, being cast adrift on the cold sea, without any land for miles. This is the last thing you would want to experience, and boy, you were really hoping this wasn't gonna happen this time around. But it turns out the darkness is inside all of us, and your palpable fear is about to be experienced, not just with you, but your whole party. You,
Wow.
you can feel the eyes of your party members shifting as they all seem to know whose nightmare this is exactly, and their attention is, well, mildly disconcerting.
Well, the good thing is this is my nightmare, so maybe it won't scare you guys.
I mean, it can't be that bad, right? See, Swab, you've already gone to the literal abyss below the sea.
Yeah, but I remember this was being way worse.
Oh, wow.
And it's a memory.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh boy. I love it when people say that.
Don't.
Why'd you have to go and fucking say that?
This is what you get.
Well,
Well, visit the consequences of my own actions.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
See the way you're acting like somebody else.
As the Kenku mimics "Wow," the latest song popular in Arctis, the rest of you look down at the book, ready to enter Sea Swab's nightmare. But Sea Swab seems to be distracting you with his mimicry singing.
Oh, give me just a second. Hang on. Rain pulls out her pirate hat and puts it on her head.
Nice.
Pirate hat of water breathing. Yeah, just in case.
Whenever
I
you
think we're
all are
waiting for
ready.
you, Sea Swab.
Or you can choose
Ready,
to
but
perhaps
I just want to say
you can do a different nightmare.
I just want to say that
In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
Well mimicked. Well mimicked.
Do you want me to put you in like a bubble, Sea Swab? Like a little impenetrable bubble so you just kind
I
of
still
float
have
there?
these sweet boots that Whaledoodle made for me to absorb the ebb and flow of the waves, and I can see in the dark now with my monocle, so this should go way better.
Oh, not just see in the dark, just see into the fucking spirit realm. You're right. Yeah, I think you're gonna be fine. I think you're well prepared.
All right, team. Whenever you are ready, one of you will just have to touch the book.
I'd also like to take this time to remind people if we need it, this would be a great time to call on United Whale Lines.
Get your frequent whale miles. One moment, please. Well, Sea Swab, it's just as bad as you imagined. Instead of being on a large ship or a galleon, something where you could actually get your footing, you appear to be on a small rowboat, the only thing that has survived the wreck. The rowboat, unable to be stood up in completely, rocks violently back and forth in the waves of the open ocean. The boots don't help too much, and you already feel your lunch simmering in the back of your throat. To make things even worse, the storm is raging above you, the sky thick with clouds, and the rain battering your head in a steady stream. The weather is near freezing, and large chunks of ice can be seen on the open ocean. The only thing that is missing, Sea Swab, are your friends. You cannot see very much through the thick, choking fog that now surrounds you, but you are alone. Aside from potentially vomiting, what do you do?
I am going to attempt to... You said I woke up laying down on the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to attempt to, like, sit upwards in the boat to see if I can see really anything.
As you sit up in the boat and look around, the thick fog that hangs over the ocean prevents you from seeing out any further than about 10 feet in any direction. You lift up your hand in front of your face just to get a clear view of it, and even that, too, shimmers and almost disappears as you hold your hand at arm's length. A large wave kicks up the rowboat and almost sends you overboard. You grab onto the edge of the small, ratty railing of this rowboat. There's water sloshing around your ankles, and as you look down, the tiny rowboat has a tiny crack in it, about as big as your index finger and about half as wide. The rowboat is slowly taking on water. There are some other implements in the boat that would normally be here, namely because this is a rowboat. You would have oars, but as you look around, there is nothing. Perhaps even a makeshift sail at the tip of the rowboat. You can see just barely through the fog a small place where you could put a tiny sail in order to facilitate your journey. But even that is gone. There are no life rafts. There are no donuts. You're just, quite literally, a sitting duck.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to try and yell while casting a firebolt directly into the air.
Ooh,
Like straight up, like a flare.
a makeshift flare. Very good. What do you yell, Sea Swab?
I just yell for help. Ah, anybody out there?
I need everybody to make me a perception check, please.
Oh boy.
Hello. I'm under the water.
Glork, glork.
Blah.
A wave smacks Whaledoodle in the face as he struggles to stay afloat. Whaledoodle, you do not have a lovely little rowboat to sit in, as you are currently just in the middle of the water. The waves are taking you where they will, and you bob up and down without any sort of flotation device. You hear nothing, and your struggle is to merely stay above the waves. As for Grabella, Rain, and Coslow, you hear
Well,
the...
I forgot I had this.
Oh, that's also pretty damn good.
I did make an investment at one point. I did spend some money. It's crazy, I know.
Samesies.
How do you both have these?
We bought it somewhere. I bought that off of one of your vendors.
No,
so.
this is House Hamaki for me.
That is so
Probably
true.
the best piece of loot out of House Hamaki, I bet.
For Rain and Grabella, let's finish the perception check really quick. For Coslow, Rain, and Grabella, you do hear the whistling sound of something flare-like going into the air. For each of you, it is in a different direction. Rain, you hear it somewhat to the north. Grabella, you hear it to the south. Coslow, you hear it to the southeast, but you do not see the flare going up in the air. You do hear Seaswab's cries for help that are punctuated by loud claps of lightning. For Rain and Grabella, as you quickly try and go through your pouches and your bags, you slip on your rings of water walking, and you still find yourselves standing on the waves, but it's like trying to walk on a waterbed. It undulates underneath your feet in an uncomfortable manner, and you're not sure if this is much better than actually swimming in the water, but at least you're not battered by waves to the face every second. It is quite literally riding the wave. For the rest of you, who are not Seaswab, you are in the open ocean. The cold gets into your bones, and you find yourselves very quickly freezing to death. What do you all do?
So you said I heard Seaswab shouting or his flare from towards the north?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I start awkwardly walking to the north.
Rain, you stop for a moment as you see a fin press the water and quickly disappear.
Aw, shit.
There's-
Over the...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say over the telepathic bod. They're shy!
Rain, as you are no longer in the water, but you are standing on the water, the shark does not seem to notice you, and now moves slightly to the southeast. The fin goes back underneath the water and disappears.
Coslow is going to reach into his artificer bag. He's going to pull out 2 of his rockets. He will hastily, using the little bit of rubber tubing that he still has, along with other random parts that he pulls out of his bag, just sort of tie them together and then tie them to himself as a little sort of goblin jetpack. And I will cast Fly on myself.
All right. Goblin jetpack Coslow. You launch yourself over the waves, and you see your feet thankfully dangling under you. Unfortunately, you probably would not have had those feet for much longer, as after you cast the fly spell, you see a shark quickly cross over where you were once swimming, and then out of sight.
Oh my god, there's friggin' sharks!
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but I wasn't listening.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
I was making this thing. Wait, where are you? I can't see shit.
I heard sea swab. I think to the north of me. So I'm kind of awkwardly walking that way. Marco. Oh. Marco.
Sea Swab, your stomach answers for you. Whoa.
I see a boat.
I see a shark.
I see a sea swab in a boat having a yak.
Do I see the shark right here?
You do. As it goes under from where Kozlo was going, it gets closer to the boat and begins to circle.
Hi, Rain.
Oh, hi, Kozlo.
Oh, hi, Sea Swab.
Oh,
Look, there's a shark there.
Kozlo will, not quite as gingerly as perhaps he would like to think that he could, land on the boat. I still have fly active, but I'm just going to be on the boat for now.
The amount of weight that Rain puts on the poor rowboat causes a little bit more water to slosh up inside the rotting wood. It is still
Okay.
at no threat of sinking, but at least Kozlo is flying and not putting a lot of pressure on the boat itself.
I know you did not just call Rain fat.
I didn't! It's just making the boat a little heavier.
Good job, your royal thickness.
There is suddenly a bang, bang, as the shark hits the side of the boat. Can I have everybody make me an athletics check, please? Who is currently in the boat?
I think Kozlo was like feet were on the boat, so
I
but-
will actually. You do not have to make this check because you are flying.
Okay.
Rain, you actually go over and back onto the water. I shouldn't say into the water because you have water walking on. And you go and you hit the water relatively hard. You see Rain go overboard, Sea Swab, but she doesn't sink. She's just laying on the water as if it were a roiling bed. The shark, confused at not seeing anything actually hit the water, continues circling the boat and is heading towards Rain's direction.
question.
Whaledoodle, where are you? I need to turn you into a whale.
Oh, listen, working on it. Let's see.
Do you have to be if I have a weapon in my bag that has an effect if I use it with charges? Do I just have to be attuned to use those charges, or I just can't attack with it if I'm not attuned to it?
You have to be attuned to it.
Well, what is it? What is the item?
This.
The Trident of Fish command. Hey, my fish!
does
Actually,
say
sharks
explicitly
are
attunement.
not fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it says attunement required.
But like a wand of, like magic missile, for example, you don't have to be.
Yeah. Rats cannot defeat her shark attack with random item I have in bag.
Damn, though, dominate beast on anything with a swimming speed, that's impressive.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, should have worked. Why didn't you attune to that, Sea Swab? What else you got?
Staff of Frost.
Well, I mean, you could make a frosty. Like
We're
glacier
never
that you
in
can
water,
have.
Rain. Why would I attune to this thing?
Because you're terrified of water.
Also, we do. It has now, just now, after like 5 of these, occurred to me that we do have a period of time between reading what the book is about and going into the book where we could make guesses as to what we're about to have to do. We just haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. Corbella's not smart enough to do that.
I blame
I've left
myself.
that-
I'm supposed to be the rules reader
Yeah,
as the group's fucking.
I've left that
Contract
to
lawyer.
you all. So.
I mean, for me to make any changes, like it's a long rest to swap out spells. So
So yeah, I guess attunements are the same.
attunements are only short rest.
Okay.
But yeah, you could like swap out like gear and stuff. All right, Whaledoodle, though, seriously, where are you? I need a whale.
Whaledoodle, another wave hits you in the face. You are still underneath the water and are treading as best as you are able. What do you do?
Well, I'm really glad this armor makes me resistant to cold. But Whaledoodle starts fiddling around with his wrenches and his spare parts and finds this little compressed air tank. He sits it underneath a net he has in his inventory that is just blocked up with his spare clothes, bedroll, etc. He stabs into the compressed air can, pulls the net tight, and uses the using the air to balloon himself up out of the water with fly.
All of these artificers.
This the artificer trick of the day is incredibly long-winded explanations for casting fly.
I love it. All right, Whaledoodle.
I didn't totally do that just to figure out if I wanted to justify using fly here.
There is an audible hiss as you adjust the air pressure valves and have them in your net. You have a lovely little jetpack now, and you find yourself hovering above the waves. And very similar to Coslow. Right as you do that, there is a shark that comes swimming underneath, just where you were swimming. And it does a circle, searching for its prey.
It's so nice. I'm so happy it's doing that. It's great. Let's just go 20 feet out of the water. Just get up there.
The shark is confused. There was something squirming here. Something small and tasty. For now, it continues circling. Whaledoodle, you heard Sea Swab's pained yell somewhere to the northwest.
Good. All right. Now we're going to use some air pressure. Whaledoodle throws his back towards the northwest from his position and fiddles with the opening of the net to use the air pressure to start blowing him in the direction of everyone else. Tightening up when the wind's going to work for him, but otherwise, we're just kind of going around. All right. Ooh, still seeing a whole lot of nothing right now. Let's see. Marco!
Polo!
But it's over the telepathic bond, so it's not helpful at all.
A dripping
Yeah,
wet
you're
but
right.
very much alive Whaledoodle is seen flying towards your position. In similar fashion to Coslow, there are air canisters fashioned to his back with a net.
Am I crazy? I don't see Whaledoodle. Whaledoodle! Polo!
Oh, wait. Hang on. I see. What's happening? Hello?
Whaledoodle,
Hello?
do you see everybody?
Hello!
I see Coslow and I see a bubble.
A bubble?
Yeah, there's a bubble here. I see Sea Swab from where I am.
I think it might
I
be
see
someone
rain.
else's. It might be someone else's vision circle.
The bubble is centered around rain for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's centered around you for me.
The
Oh.
bubble is centered around me for me.
I think everyone's got. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
God.
like...
Who moved the boat?
The Sea
Me.
Swab moving the boat!
Don't rock the boat, Sea Swab.
Rock the boat, baby!
Is the bubble us seeing each other's, like, vision radiuses?
Probably. So, at least for Coslow, you do have a, I believe you are just, yeah, you guys are just seeing your own vision radiuses.
I also don't see Wing.
Man, you know, the storm, I can't see a thing.
Yeah, if Whaledoodle's like here, I mean, he might just be out of my radius, but
I'm assuming he's
I am
somewhere near the
one
boat.
tile up- yeah, I'm immediately
Yeah.
to your east.
Zero idea where.
I don't actually see you.
Oh, I don't either.
Hang
What I'm doing,
on.
I'm going to set your height to 0 again.
Yeah. Oh, I just
Yeah,
bumped
no,
it down
where
to
I
5.
am.
There we go.
Oh, good. Whaledoodle's here. Oh, and you're already flying. Lovely.
Oh, that's why you couldn't, because your vision radius is 10. He was 20 feet up.
Oh,
Hi.
So
okay.
you actually just straight up couldn't see him because he was too high.
Oh, hi, Grabella.
Oh, Grabella, I was worried you'd sink because you're like a rock.
Grabella, walking
Wait,
on
how-
the water like a major historical religious figure, walks up to the boat.
Oh, it's Rock Jesus.
This boat doesn't look very big. Should I just like keep Oh,
Yeah, there's sharks, by the way.
should I stab it?
There's
don't
more
see
than
why
one
not.
shark. Don't sharks like blood or something? Like, called
Yeah, but then they can eat each other.
Well, we are rather close, though. I don't... Hang on, let me turn Whaledoodle into a whale, and since he's already flying, he will be a flying whale.
Perfect.
Wait,
No
hang
notes.
on. Hang on.
I'm just gonna stay flying above the water because I feel like I would break the boat.
If we're doing that, 2 things. 1, let me get my cannons. 2, don't let me be above the boat.
Oh, God.
Well, you'll be flying.
The shark
Well,
infested waters are, well, teeming with danger. It would probably not put blood in the water lest you cause some sort of frenzy. But now that you are all here and on the boat, in various fashions, well, there is no essence of nightmarish darkness. There must be something else to this.
Since I'm not seeing much myself, I'm gonna ask: do we see like any amount of driftwood or debris or flotsam or anything nearby?
That is an excellent question, but considering the heavy fog and your limited vision radius, you really can only see what you explore. You want to go looking for some flotsam, at least those that can fly, namely the artificers, would probably be best at avoiding the sharks.
And the ornithopter's still in the shop.
Yeah, it has not been repaired yet.
Or ornithopter.
Oh, actually, Eco has the ability to see, like, blindside if we want somebody to float around and explore as well.
I was kind of hoping there'd be something to, kind of strengthen up our boat here.
Well, that's
At least
kind of
get it
where you
stabilized.
came in as a whale. We could use you as a floating and or flying mobile defense platform.
The H stands for boat now.
Out.
The whale crab.
If this is what I think it is, then we should be about 10 miles from the nearest shore. And it is a test.
Seaswab, your gut instinct is correct. At least, from what you remember in this nightmare. There is land, but nowhere that you can see. And you're lucky you can see your friends that are directly in front of you. The shark-infested waters usually mean that any survivors in the water would be quickly eaten. And you know that a rowboat without oars is relatively useless. Perhaps there is some credence to what Whaledoodle said, and you might get lucky finding something among the flotsam.
So, We shouldn't be too far from shore. I just don't know what direction the shore is. But basically, it is a test, so it can be. We can get out of this. We just have to salvage some boat pieces. So we have to try and find some stuff among the wreckage.
All right.
I'm going to. Let me see.
Christina, is Eco, who has 60-foot blind sight, only supposed to have the 10-foot vision as well?
He'll fix his vision. In one moment. Is his perception, is it blind sight or field tremor? Blind sight. Right?
It's blind sight, yeah.
Field tremor wouldn't work.
Yeah, tremor sense would be weird underwater. I have never even thought about how that would work.
It would not. It would just not work.
This is where I need my artificer that had, like, create a giant trench in the ground. So we could have a tsunami. It'd be great.
Tremor sense. Hey, Eiko, please.
Eco, as a familiar, besides being cute, you have one fucking job, and that is literally blind sight.
I can help. And I can help by getting us some help from Chompy!
Chomper.
This Chompy also has blind sight. And we're gonna do chromatic.
Oh shit, I don't know what you did, Christina, but that's super fucking cool. His blind sight, like, actually is, like, outlining the creatures that it can't... That's rad.
Chompy seems to be suffering from the same illnesses, Eco.
Let me adjust them. And just have it set so everything is affected by fog.
So you think that we're supposed to find stuff and salvage stuff and not just find land, Sea Swab?
Well, we can do both. Whatever comes first.
Can't do Eco separately, so unfortunately, Eco and Chompy will still be affected by the fog. Chompy, that will be normal for him because I believe Chompy only has dark vision.
He has 30-foot blind sight,
30 foot? Okay.
whereas Pico has 60.
Well. What is Chompy's sight range?
He's 30-foot blind sight, 60-foot dark vision, and passive perception 12.
Come, Chompy. Open up your character sheet. I believe this limiter is only allowing everybody to have a 10-foot vision radius, so we're gonna... I think I'll have to adjust the limiter. 1 second, guys. Right. For the rest of you, momentarily, the fog begins to slightly abate. Chompy and Eco. Eco, you have echolocation. Maybe you can find some stuff floating on top of the water. As for Chompy, you have 30-foot true sight? Sorry, apparently.
30-foot blind sight.
30-foot blind sight. So hopefully you can also go on a little bit of a scouting mission, while the rest of you stay safely within the boat. Chompy. For you, and Sea Swab, as you look through Chompy's eyes, there is something underneath the water. A large shape. Vaguely humanoid in appearance. But with the storm and the fog and the raging waves, you don't see much more than just the vaguely large humanoid shape. It's probably at least 8 to 10 feet tall. Larger than any Corinthian that would normally be native to these waters.
Alright, nobody go into the water. Do I get the feeling that it's watching us, or that it's just there?
Considering its proximity to the boat, and that it's not moving, just staying about 5 feet under the water's surface, it is most definitely watching you. See, so make me a Constitution save. Your lunch is barely holding on, and oh boy, it would be real nice to be back on land and not in this terrible nightmare anymore.
You need to get to land soon.
What do the rest of you do?
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. Eco's just gonna start raging out.
All right. Fly, little bat, fly.
Oslo will look into his satchel and attempt to coax out Spider Friend.
As you open your bag, Spider Friend is looking back at you. You only see its head, though, and where the rest of its body might be is just gone. It's probably just hanging out halfway in the material plane, halfway out in the ethereal plane.
What you doing in there, buddy?
8 eyes glint like tiny little gems in the depths of your bag.
Hello.
Hi. You all right? You hanging in there?
Oh, yes. I am good. We are friends.
Yeah. Bestest friends. Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yes, friends do favors for each other.
Yep, they certainly do. You mind hopping out of there for a minute and hanging out on this boat with Sea Swab? And then just let me know if anything weird happens over here. I gotta fly around a little bit.
Yes. Friends for friends.
The spider crawls out of the bag. It's much too big to even fit in that bag, but somehow yet it crawls creepily out of the small opening and makes its way under Sea Swab's legs.
Splish, splish, splish.
Oh, look, he likes you.
Does he like me enough to not eat me?
Hey, do me a favor and also don't eat Sea Swab while you're out here.
Don't eat bird friend?
Yeah.
Yes. Bird is friend, not food.
Well, sometimes birds are food, but they're usually a lot smaller than this one.
But this bird, not food?
This bird is, currently not food. Yes, correct.
But this bird is weak, is fragile. He cannot move. Certainly we
Move
can
just
eat him.
fine.
You cannot hear the psychic conversation between Kozlo and his
Oh.
spider friend, unfortunately. The spider is just looking between you and Kozlo and skittering about in the wet dampness of the boat.
You can definitely hear Kozlo. Kozlo is just shouting at the spider because he's still figuring this whole thing out.
Hmm?
So you could hear Kozlo saying, "No, this bird is not food." No, you can't hear what the spider is saying.
Well, this bird better not eat me.
Okay.
The spider, mildly dejected, respects your wishes.
Yeah, no, you should be good. You should be good. I guess, give me a shout if anything weird happens.
The spider looks around.
And to the spider.
Ah!
The spider shouts.
This is weird.
Yeah. Okay, if anything differently weird than what's currently weird happens.
Spider looks off the side of the boat.
Oh, and don't get eaten by a shark. There's sharks here.
What is that?
That's a shark. Don't get eaten by it.
Ah!
Wait a minute. What if, hypothetically, you guys are artificers? You used phase spider silk to lash these sharks to the front of the boat.
Oh.
Oh,
Carry
no.
us across the waves to wherever it is we're supposed to go. Also, though, Eco did find what appears to be a sail. We could also go with that route, but
No,
Why not both, though?
Shark-powered boat. Love it. No notes.
Ah!
The spider yells again.
Water is falling from the sky.
How many sharks you got under
Have you
that
never been
hatch, bro?
outside?
Chompy has found what appears to be a giant stick.
Oh, Eco also found what appears to be a giant stick. I believe we call it an oar, though.
It doesn't look like an oar.
Oh. Well, this one definitely looks like an oar. Not that Eco would know that.
Sea Swab, make me a history check with advantage.
How do I go back to where Sea Swab is? Because I had Chompy selected.
You should be able to see yourself.
Dude, oh, there I am. Sorry, history check with advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
The stick that you see is the mast of a sail. A small one.
Chompy has found the mast, and if you have found the sail, we are halfway there.
I found an oar.
Kozlo will try to swoop down and snatch the oar out of the water.
Kozlo, you grab the oar.
And we'll bring the oar back to the boat, which is yes.
Who can follow Eco and pick things up? Whaledoodle and Kozlo, you're both flying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, follow.
All right, you do that. I'll start working on lashing this this hydropower.
Behold, sail. I think.
Kozlo will acquire sail.
Right. The
Rebella
tattered
will
sail you
hold
grab
out
out of the
a
water.
net if anybody wants.
Could Chompy just put this in his mouth and bring it back?
Sure.
Is there? I can't select it.
You cannot, but I will.
Okay.
There's another oar up here, Kozlo.
Okay.
Kozlo will drop the sail off at the.
There's also a shark, though, right by it.
I will grab this oar.
All right.
Bring it back.
Another oar acquired.
I remember this being way harder to do by myself. I don't even remember how I did it.
Friendship.
Where's Eco? Where's Eco?
Oh, there's also some really big whales. Maybe those will be better than the sharks. And Whaledoodle, maybe you could speak with them. You know whale, right?
I mean, I know enough to get myself into the, into where I need to be. But outside of that, I would not say I'm an expert.
Do you know enough to broker some kind of arrangement with them to assist us in carrying us to land? Or rather, being our mighty steeds that they lash to the front of the ship?
I mean, I'd like to tell them that it would be a really funny joke if they got us to land.
Do whales like jokes?
Whales love jokes.
Should I turn you into a whale then to begin negotiations?
I don't see a better time to do it, so let's do it.
I think we found all the parts of both.
Wait,
But this is the
Why
objective, boring way to solve this puzzle.
Yeah, clearly we're out of boat parts, so we must continue to add parts to this vessel through some other means.
Alright, Whaledoodle, come here. Well, not too close. Actually, step back.
yeah, like over here?
Little further.
Alright.
There is. Aha, there we are. Yeah, that's probably good. Do I have him targeted? I do.
I just appreciate this is the route we're taking to convince another whale and not just ask Whaledoodle to pull it.
Yeah, no, that's look. There's a right way and a wrong way to complete this mission.
No, listen, I love this. Yes, I will happily go.
I'm casting polymorph on Whaledoodle.
All right, Whaledoodle, do you allow yourself to be polymorphed?
I am ready for peak kobold performance.
Oh god.
I believe we're turning him into. I think it's a sperm whale.
I believe it is a sperm whale.
I could turn him into a killer whale if we think that he would get. Actually hang on? Time out. Would he get advantage negotiating with the other killer whales if I turned him into a killer whale?
Yes.
I'm failing to understand the question here. If option is killer whale, then there is only that option.
Well, sperm whale is much bigger.
But killer whale is much more killer whale.
Okay, we're gonna make him a killer whale.
You're gonna make him a killer whale. Okay.
I like
'Cause
it
he's
when
a
you call me
killer.
Big Orca.
I just want it to be out there that this is expanding the Whaledoodle brand, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, a thing. Also, I believe technically there's no reason he cannot continue to concentrate on his spell since his spell is already cast. So he still is a flying whale.
Today at United Whale Lines, we are happy to unveil our latest model for aquatic transport.
Flying whale. You know what? We're gonna give him a flying effect. There you go.
He already has the shadow, which is great. Oh, now he's got. Oh no, it's so beautiful.
Whaledoodle, you can choose to either swim or fly. That is entirely up to you, but your body shifts and shimmers, and instead of becoming the massive sperm whale that you became when you were in the abyss, you now become a sleek black and white killer whale. What do you do?
I'm a stealth bomber whale with a jetpack, let's be honest. We know what's happening here.
You can choose to either fly above the surface of the water or dive underneath, but the other whales, real whales, only exist under the water.
That's their fault.
Real whales
or
in
whale.
my area?
Local whales?
Meet hot whales in your area.
I don't have vision anymore.
Oh! Let's see, do killer whales have dark vision? Let's see.
I'm sailing into the abyss.
Well, you wouldn't be sailing, you'd be swimming.
Oh, they have blind sight, 120 feet. Let me fix you.
Oh shit! I should have turned you into a whale in the first place. That still would have been the better play if we were finding all the pieces.
That's literally busted.
Oh my god!
Sense all 120 feet. Done.
And this is why we go with the silly answers. They're brilliant.
Whaledoodle, your vision opens up underneath the water, and it is teeming with life. Fish, mostly for eating. Mostly ones that will not harm you. But you do see sharks swimming underneath the water. Some of them, their stomachs already plump with food. They might have eaten the other survivors of the wreckage, and would have probably made quick work of you if you both did not start flying or walking on the water, or merely start in the boat. The sharks do not seem like they are a threat anymore, but the killer whales, however, are large enough to potentially capsize that boat if they get interested enough.
Is this particular shark close to the surface?
He is. He's just underneath the surface. You can actually see his fin cresting the waves.
Follow-up question. Do I still have access to my cantrip Shocking Grasp?
Let me see.
This is exactly for what you're thinking. Yes, I'm about to pull a dick move on a shark just because I can.
In shark nature, this is what we call a dick move. It can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. No, unfortunately not.
Because that shocking grasp with a little tail slap on the back of this thing, it just would have been it. Would have been it.
Would have been it, but unfortunately, you cannot cast new spells.
That's unfortunate. Alright, let's go find a whale. Boy, was I hopeful. I see one. Alright, we're going to shimmy up this way and dive under the water to talk to this whale.
The whale looks extremely shocked to see you as you have literally come out of nowhere. It twitches its tail violently. It makes, I was like, what whale noise does a killer whale make? You know what, we're just gonna go with which roughly translates to, who are you?
We're going with the whale equivalent of, hey, big bro, listen, there's this boat over here to the west. Do you see it?
The whale turns and looks. I see it.
Alright, listen. You know it'd be really funny?
If we
If we
drug them underneath the water and watch the sharks eat them?
no. Half these sharks are already full anyway. They'll be useless for that. What if we made it look like we were going to help them, right? And then we make their boat go so fast that they just crash into the ground and then they can't survive.
Make me a persuasion check, Whaledoodle.
Whale persuasion. I got
Advantage, because you are also a whale.
Yeah, there we go. He's like a baby whale, too. He's like small.
He's a little small boy.
He's a kobold-sized killer whale.
I'm asking my big bro for help. You know how it is.
That's a
Pod stays
really-
together.
That's a really good persuasion check for a -2 charisma whale.
You know what, little brother? That would be funny. We pull them to where there are new sharks, hungry sharks. Then we capsize the boat onto the rocks. Some of them may be crushed.
Well, wait, we're not billionaires in a yacht. Hold up, what's going on here?
Now, listen, we can make it even more special. I could jump up on them from behind. Yeah?
Yeah?
I could jump up from behind, and then we could just get them all scared. They could all fling off the boat.
I like the way you think, you small, smart, cruel whale, you.
I only learn from the best. So if you can go in the front, like, grab, like, some rope hanging off the front there, and just take that and just start swimming real fast. That way they won't know what to do. It'll be perfect.
What if one falls out? I am very strong, handsome, and fast.
Oh, you're just an absolute smoke show. There's no way around it, big bro. Listen, I can use my tail and slap them back up into the boat.
That is smart. Very smart. Do you think we'll need more friends? More whale power?
An extra one or two would get us going even faster, right? It'd be perfect.
Yes.
Plus, those sharks, there's some of them going to be hungry. They're going to think, they might think because we're preoccupied, that we'd be easy snacks.
These air breathers will not be able to survive the storm. But what about the Maelstrom? He says it with somewhat ominous gravity, as if he is not just talking about the storm.
Well, then let's get that boat towards land that keeps us safe. This There's no reason to risk it. Not for this one. But let's at least get them out of there.
Very well. I will ask my mate to help us dash them on the rocks, but you may have to convince the Maelstrom.
Listen, I got that. I'm really good at like jumping out of the water, so it's all right. I got it. You leave it to me.
He lurks just underneath the boat. You may keen to him, call to him, and he will answer the creatures of the water. I will find my mate.
All right, cool. Just meet up under the boat. It'll be fine. All right, Whaledoodle's gonna come out of the water now.
Ah! The face spider yells. Cow shark!
Okay. Yeah, that honestly not wrong. Okay, so we got some friends to help. They might be intent on trying to crash us on some rocks, but I think I can get them to pull off in time before that happens. Did mention something about the Maelstrom though, needing some convincing.
Like a thing, like
when you get mail?
I did not ask for clarification. I feel as though that would kind of like break the cover, you know? But it does seem that they're quite afraid of the Maelstrom.
Would I know anything about the Maelstrom?
Make me an Arcana check with advantage.
That is alt?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know a little bit about it.
Fucking Maelstrom.
Yeah, the fucking Maelstrom. Many sailors believe in a lot of superstitions, and that storms are created by fiends that are intent on sending sailors to their watery deaths. Maelstrom devils summon storms to do just that, and make bargains with the drowning. Bargains that are, well, desperate, where people would do anything to survive. Hello, my Foundry game just crashed? 1 second.
Oh no.
do we have
The Maelstrom
have
took
too
down
many?
the factory.
No, the Maelstrom devil knocked me out of my own game.
Too many whales.
Any whales on the dance floor?
Too many whales.
Too many whales. Oh my god. Okay. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break, as apparently relogging into my account is making me change my password. So, 3-minute break.
Hell yeah.
I'll see you in 3.
All right.
This break brought to you by the Rule of Cool.
And the letter W.
For whale. And made possible with viewers like you. So thank you.
That was smooth.
I was concerned I fumbled it because I also decided to grab a donut like 3 seconds before saying it.
Okay. Short break over. Commence whaling. Meanwhile, as we return to Arctis, Whaledoodle has been polymorphed into a whale, and now with his jetpack has the option to either hover above the waves or dive underneath it. He has convinced the other killer whales hanging out to pull the boat to nearby rocks and hopefully dash you across it, allowing hungry sharks to feed. But in reality, hopefully they will just pull you to land and long enough to escape this horrible nightmare. The killer whale has gone and looked for his mate, and now 2 killer whales are swimming around the boat. They are currently at the very head of the boat. You can see their large fins cresting above the waves as they look curiously at their smaller brethren. Did you ask permission from the Maelstrom? The killer whale's female mate asks in a of echolocation underneath the water.
Is Whaledoodle still?
Wait, is Whaledoodle chomping on a donut?
Nah, I'm right here.
Ah. The female whale is asking you a question. If you ask the Maelstrom, the storm itself, for permission.
You still working out the fine details on that. I don't really like. Is the storm sentient? Hello, storm?
The storm is alive. The storm is as strong as you or I, little brother. Yes, it lurks underneath the waves. And where the sharks take blood, it takes souls.
Wait, hang on. So the storm is alive, but the storm is up here, but she's saying the storm lives under the water.
Oh, the storm, little one. The storm is centralized here. Yes, the rains from the sky follow the Maelstrom. Yes, it has taken a keen interest in this tiny boat and the people on it. Surely these people deserve to be sacrificed for the Maelstrom. Yes, their blood will feed the sharks, and their souls will quiet the storm.
Oh, okay, big bro, but listen here, listen. Was the boat already pre-picked, or did someone start this, and now we're just kind of in the middle of finishing it?
The Maelstrom. He started the storm. Yes, the ocean is hungry.
Well, I guess it's time to talk to the manager of the ocean then.
That is good.
According to Sea Swab, this is some kind of fiend.
It just seems that way. It's hungry. Kind of wants the boat and everyone on it. So, sorry, Grabella, you weren't actually picked out.
Sea Swab, is this... Have you faced this Maelstrom before? Or is this an inclusion from our good friend Vanix into your dream?
At least, Seaswab, most sailors feel like maelstroms and powerful storms like this are driven by fiends. But for some sailors, they feel like that's an old wives' tale. Storms come and go all the time, and it takes a keen sailor to navigate them.
Well, there is a belief that it's real, depending on who you ask. I personally feel that any good sailor doesn't care, but in my opinion, it's not real. But depending on who you ask, it is real. Your buddy Almus believes in it. I know that.
First of all, how dare you call him my buddy? Second of all,
I'm just so fucking scared right now.
Should we just have Whaledoodle call this Maelstrom up and see if he shows up and then blow his head off?
I mean, this is
just
nightmare. This is more of a test of my/our strength and our ability to navigate the seas safely. Whereas if we fail, we just kind of die. So we could try.
Big bro, did I hear you correctly in the fact that you were saying, like, the sharks make sacrifices?
The sharks consume the flesh of those unworthy to weather the storm. Yes. It is the nature of the shark. They are opportunists, and they will eat whatever falls in the ocean.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I got it mixed up in my head that you were saying that the sharks were actually creating the sacrifices for the Maelstrom, and I was slightly confused on that, so I'm glad I misunderstood.
Oh, no. They are merely the teeth of the Maelstrom.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, let's talk to Mr. Strom, Miss Maelstrom, Sir, Lady, Apache Helicopter. I don't know.
Miss Maelstrom.
I still
That
don't really
works
get
for
what
me.
the Postal Service has to do with this.
Be warned, little brother. Sometimes the Maelstrom demands things of you. Yes, it can be testy and fickle.
You're not the first time. You know, the rules of the sea. You either get or get got.
You either get or get got. The whales just nod in agreement. Yes, very wise.
You either get busy feeding or you get busy dying.
It's like my mom always said. Sometimes you gotta fuck a shark.
Oh my god. When you are ready to barter with the storm, merely call out underneath the water.
Of course, it's gotta be another. All right, sorry everyone. Be right back. Whaledoodle will dive back down.
Dive, dive, dive! Whaledoodle, you go from floating above the water to diving back underneath. You don't see anything down there.
Sorry, I'm getting past this. I'm trying to get past the silliness to continue.
The two whales are merely looking at you, watching, waiting what you do if you wish to beseech the storm.
Whaledoodle is gonna swim down a little deeper and pull out his best disgruntled person in customer service line. I cannot believe I'm having this kind of experience. I need your manager right now. Maelstrom, I need right now, right this second. We gotta talk.
You call for the manager of the oceans. And like a Karen, they are always nearby. Something shimmers out of the water in front of you.
Don't you know who my mother is? Why are you making me wait?
A 10-foot-tall humanoid figure covered head to toe in sharp-looking barnacles, wielding a staff made from coral, and hair that looks like it's manifested from the waves itself appears in front of you. Does not speak, and swims quietly in front of your face. Its eyes narrow, and it points a barnacled-encrusted finger in your direction, Whaledoodle. You dare call me kobold in whale's clothing.
Well, you know, it was really kind of foolish of me to think that this would actually work. Yeah, you know, you got me. Listen, I'm going to be real with you here. We don't need to be here, and neither do you.
He glances up at the boat and back down at you. It was foolish for these meddlers to try and cross this part of the ocean. They are only getting what they deserve. And they deserve to suffer, to break. And when they feel that all hope is lost, opportunity will strike.
I mean, I agree and I understand, but I want to tell you that already happened.
He thinks for a moment. I am willing to make a deal with those on the boat in order to ensure their survival. However, they must give something in return.
All right, listen. I can't speak for everyone because I am hopelessly outranked by the people up there. But there's one up there named Rain that will absolutely talk to you and is completely okay to make these negotiations.
Then I shall speak to the one who shares the name with the storms.
It's probably a good idea. You know, go up there. Especially, Rain loves a dramatic entrance. Like, all the grandeur you can do, that's a way to get Rain's attention.
The devil bursts out of the top of the water and floats above it as if he were just like Coslow or Whaledoodle with a rocket pack. As the water drips off of him dramatically, he swings his trident down towards the boat and points. Who is the one with the name of the storms? The one called Rain.
Oh, I did not think that's where that was going. That would be me. Hello. How are you?
There. A whale has... Oh, Jesus Christ. A whale has told me that you wish to barter. And so I come. The storms themselves. You will not survive here unless we make a deal.
So there's one little wrinkle with that. I don't really deal with devils, as I'm sure you probably also have a very similar rule that you don't make bargains with fae, let alone fae queens, which I happen to be.
Oh. Make me an intimidation check with it. Actually, or persuasion check with advantage. I will take either one.
They are the same. Oh, but that's pretty good. That's like almost as good as it can get for me.
His shell-like facade turns into a scowl at the mention of bargaining with fae. You are correct. That is distasteful, worrisome. But why are you here in the storm? This is no place for fae. You belong in Xavia.
That's a really good question. I believe we are actually on our way to Xavia, if I'm remembering what the book said correctly. So we are returning there. Post haste. And some numbskull humans, or something, I assume, I don't know, Seaswab, who was sailing this boat, probably chose to go across, a poorly conceived route to get there faster. And I dare say, they are all fish food at this point, and have been duly punished.
Who is
for
the
their
one?
hubris.
The sailor called Sea Swab. Sea Swab, your stomach churns as you can no longer handle the swaying of the boat, and your lunch goes overboard.
This one over here, feeding the little fishes.
The retching one.
Yeah, don't let that fool you. He's quite fearsome. Commands
Then-
a little bit of the storm himself, you know.
Would you allow the sailor to bargain on your behalf?
Oh, well, I don't know. Sea Swab, how you feel about making a deal with the devil?
Well, considering I didn't believe in him 5 minutes ago, not great.
I sense a kinship in you, little one. A commander of the storms you are. A trace, perhaps even an inkling, of our bloodline is shared somewhere down the line.
Sea Swab's the devil. I knew it.
Fuck
He
yeah.
is good with contracts. This actually all tracks. All of this tracks.
Just
As
happens to be a little seasick.
as we are kin, I am willing to make a favorable bargain.
Favorable for hold on.
Your mortal body is weak. It is unfortunate. The storm that rages inside you is much stronger than the shell that contains it.
You're telling me I want to be out here on the open water, but no.
Your soul sings for the storm, but your body rejects it. Unfortunate. Perhaps if one day you return to the seas, your body and your raging storm could be reunited. But until that day, the storm requires blood.
I don't know how much I like hearing about Sea Swab's raging storm.
We had to go watch where you got born at, okay? I don't want to hear it.
The face spider
what?
yells,
Fair point.
"Talking barnacle!"
I like that the face spider's just pointing out things it thinks are weird, like after they happen.
When you are done feeding the fish,
I'm done. There's nothing left in here. It's just stomach acid at this point.
then what is it you most desire? To survive the maelstrom? To persist through the storm? To become a part of it and understand it?
Well, I think in this particular situation, knowing that it's like a memory and it's a test, I think the thing I most want is to get to land. The
Well-
nearest land, the nearest land safely with all of my friends and with our health still intact as it is at this point in time.
On the contrary, I can offer you this. I can teach you how to better harness the storm inside of you. At the cost of blood, forsake the ones around you and give them to the waters of the storm. And I shall connect you with your ancient oceanic bloodline.
Wait, Sea Swab's Australian?
Good day.
He's a Kiwi. He's a Kiwi, mate.
Oh, okay.
What?
Sea Swab, if you sacrifice all your friends to the storm, you will gain a level.
Okay, here's where I have a conundrum. I'm just thinking out loud here. No decisions are made.
Okay, good clarification there. Strong start.
This is just a memory?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if we get out, it's similar to the rat race where we're like, just as long as one of us gets out, we might be okay. But I don't know that for sure because none of you were here when I did this test a long time ago. But also, if I do kill all of you to gain a level, there's no point in getting the level, right?
Corollary, once you gain a level, then you're just stuck not leveling up until everybody else levels up any fucking way, turns out.
I'll boost all of you to be fine.
Sea Swab, these thoughts are roaming through your head. What does happen if I kill the memory of my friends? You think about it for a moment. If I kill the memory of my friends, then it's like they never existed. So, would you even know who they are once you got back to the Great Ice Library?
it's like the montage in my head playing of like all the memories are just great and like whimsical music is playing in the background. It's like, you know, things that didn't happen, like me and Rain riding on like a merry-go-round together, looking back and laughing. Me and Whaledoodle playing in like a pit of sand, and he's just like blowing stuff up, but he's like laughing like a child. Rebella just like
I mean, that could have been last
things in the
Wednesday.
face. Rebella's just like smashing things in the face, and like blood just splatters, and it's just like she has like that cute little like dragon smile, her wings sprouting up, and just like.
While C-Swab is sitting here contemplating way too long the obviously very bad deal the devil just said in front of all of us, Rain like slugs him in the shoulder. Excuse me, you're not considering this, are you?
No. I asked to get to land, he offered me way more, but also he asked me what I desired.
Yes, and your pause afterwards was way too pregnant.
Wait, C-Swab's pregnant?
Pull out the booties!
Not
This ocean is my mud pit.
But yes, C-Swab, game-wise, you will not have any memories of your friends, at least from this point in your history, to literally going back to the Great Ice Library. You will not know who they are. But they will know who you are.
Well then, yeah, no deal. I asked to get to land. You gave me something else entirely, but you asked me what I wanted. That's what you want me to want. I don't want what you want me to want. I want what I want, and what I want is what I said.
I lost.
Spoken
track.
like a true lawyer. That was beautiful, actually. Damn.
I merely thought I could offer you something better. Something that your body craves, that your soul craves. The storm that rages inside of you longs to be unleashed. I remember when this initially happened. Now your brain is actually starting to hurt. If you are in a memory, he should not be aware of that this is actually not a memory.
Would I
remember
have
that I
any?
lost my
Would
mind.
I remember talking or meeting with this devil when I did this test back in the day?
C-Swab, when you did this, your boat had capsized. You were set adrift. You were on a small boat. You did find the pieces of the boat. Eventually, that would allow you to slowly row yourself to shore, and you almost died because of it. You beseeched the storms to abate every day, and you did everything that you could possibly think of to try and either avoid the storm, or pray to the storm, or beseech the storm that you would do anything for it to relent just so you saw land again. And eventually your prayers were answered, but they weren't answered in such a dramatic fashion from the devil. It's just, you prayed I would do anything to get back to land again, to get my feet back on solid ground. And perhaps something did answer you, just not as directly.
And I would do anything for land.
But I won't do that!
God damn it!
You said you would
Damn it.
do anything to survive. Anything except a small sacrifice to the water. What are these friends to you? You who wanted nothing more than to survive. You who prayed, begged the storms to relent. And it was I that guided your boat safely back to shore. Now I have come calling. We must make a favorable bargain, or you will never leave this place again.
Okay, time out. C-Swab, I have a counter offer for you. Fairy deal.
I'm
You-
listening.
perform a blood sacrifice to the ocean, and I get you out of this mess. The blood sacrifice being that fucking asshole over there. And Rain just like stares at Devil. See, I can play this fucking game too. You're gonna have to do better because I'm gonna keep besting you.
Hey, Maelstrom, you've heard the offer over here. You counter with something better?
You think you can merely destroy the storms as they rage on? What are you going to do? Turn the storms into a whale? He laughs.
There's a little spell
disdainfully.
called Control Weather, asshole.
He frowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps we do not have to come to violence.
Oh, good. I'm glad we're taking that one off the table. Please then, by all means, carry on.
Violence at this point, to be honest.
Sometimes where you
Then,
just start like rowing the boat all slowly and just being like, I'm just gonna dinghy my way to this direction.
Yeah, just like bump into land, like, oh, there we go.
then I shall propose a different bargain. This route to Xavier is treacherous, even for the most experienced sailor. Yet, not many know about it or take it. I would prefer to have this route populated, so I may take advantage of those that sail on the seas. I merely ask that you do nothing. Pretend this route is not as treacherous as it seems, that it is not teeming with life that wishes to devour them, and perhaps the occasional inopportune happening will occur, but you will be out of line of sight, on land, ignorant of what is happening on the seas. You just need to remain silent. Surely that is not too much to ask.
Alright, so Seaswab's gonna telepathically communicate with the group so that the devil does not hear. Listen, just do nothing. We just keep doing what we were doing anyway. That's nothing. We literally win for nothing.
That's not quite how it works, Seaswab. Now that you know that this is a thing out here, you can really just leave it alone. Also, usually when a devil comes with the Faustian bargain, they kind of, obscure the downside. He's weirdly upfront about that bit. Like 100% that's the monkey paw curling. Somebody you care about is going to eventually become one of the souls he claims, so we're gonna have to go kill this asshole like a decade from now. You get that, right?
You know, sailor, that many goods traverse these seas, go to towns that are warbound, starving. Perhaps one of those boats carrying supplies is sacrificed to the ocean and never reaches its destination.
What if this is like a paradox where like you guys were here originally and I did sacrifice you and then we met up again at the bar and then history just repeats itself. But it's not actually like that because it's just a Vanix memory.
Well, it's likely. I mean, clearly this memory's already been altered. Everybody else's memories have been altered to some degree. So, I don't know. Anything seems possible.
The most delightful cruelties can come from inaction. And then desperate sailors will come tenfold onto the seas, searching for fish, food, and other supplies. And they too can make such delightful bargains with those such as myself.
if you want my opinion, Sea Swab, I think you should put a time limit on how long, maximum length, you're willing to keep his existence out here under your cap. That's what I think.
Okay.
I don't think you ever
Okay.
enter into an open-ended bargain.
Hey, Mr. Maelstrom. That
I
is your real
am
name.
listening.
I will accept your deal. Counter offer of I will only do and say nothing about your existence for 1 year.
He counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He counts all of the friends on the boat, including the spider and Eco. Actually, Spider, Coslo, Sea Swab, Rain, Eco, Corbella, Whaledoodle. 7 years. 1 year for each soul. Tell no one of this route. Tell no one of these treacherous waters. Let the ships sail and take their risk upon my seas. Some may survive, some may sink, but you cannot warn them or tell them of my existence for 7 years.
If any races where years work differently, like dog years.
Fish ears.
Over the bond, Rain just tells us, no, there's plenty of loopholes in exactly what he just said, so if you get exactly that bargain, you can basically do whatever you want anyway. A+. Good job. Very good Fae deal you made.
Okay. Alright. So Seaswap's telepathically just like looking back is like now Rain is his lawyer, consulting him. So we're taking the 7-year deal as we said, right?
Yeah, it was a ploy. You put a hard cap on it, and then he gives you better terms as a result to try to get more time. You did well. Perfect. Nailed it.
I will
High five.
accept your deal of 7 years of doing and saying nothing of your existence.
Very good. I am confident you will not regret this. And in fact, the many that will drown in my waters due to your inaction will not know that you were the cause of it. And your soul, or whatever, shall remain clean, untainted.
You said taint.
Oh my god.
Seal the bargain. Just place a drop of your blood into the ocean, and it shall be done.
Seaswab will use my dagger. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but
Ah! Stop! Fucking stab the shark!
We have an accord. Whoops, I missed. Hang on.
I was wondering if I had something else and somebody else's blood in it, but I don't.
You stab your finger?
Stab my finger and I poke the ocean.
The ocean.
Delightful. Whales, you have my permission to drag these lost souls to shore.
Your ocean has bird flu now.
Make sure they get there safe and sound. The bargain is sealed, and in 7 years you can forget about my existence. I merely hope that the screams of the drowned do not haunt your dreams. Perhaps we shall meet again in another life, when the storm inside you becomes too strong to restrain with a mortal shell. A pleasure, cousin.
I ever meet you again, I'm gonna kill you.
I greatly look forward to the opportunity. Going from hovering on top of the water, the Maelstrom devil returns back to the depths, disappearing underneath the water, as if he were never there. The whales begin to look at each other.
You have received the favor of the Maelstrom.
Yeah, you know, we're pretty good, you know, pretty important people sometimes. Anyway, let's get this boat moving, and everyone's gonna be fine. Let's not bother the manager anymore.
Yes. Let's.
The whales
Right.
both turn around, and I don't know if you're going to tie something to them, but they will very willingly drag that boat to shore.
Can we
Very
make a,
wailingly indeed.
Wailingly?
can we make a spider rope? Can the phase spider make a bunch of spiders, and we make a rope?
You could definitely ask him.
Hey, little buddy, how you feel like shitting a lot?
I poop
My
for
fucking
friendship.
god.
Shit for friendship, exactly.
Oh my god.
I need you to make a lot of silk.
Okay. Should
Yeah,
I
like,
make a web for you to sleep in?
maybe later. In fact, yes, definitely later. That sounds great. But first, we need to attach ourselves to them whales. Which means I need you to shit out a rope.
Just
Okay, it's weird when you make that noise when you're doing it.
Is that the
so
weird part?
controversial?
Is
Yeah,
that, is that where the weirdness is occurring? Not any of the rest of it?
I am fed. You may grab my webbing and attach it how you like. This is friendship rope.
Friendship, yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
Prepare the
God.
friendship rope.
Don't strain yourself.
Oh no!
You're gonna kill yourself with
Oh, no,
spider
no,
with friendship. Right?
Okay, hold on. Is this bad? Is what we're doing bad?
And spiders get hemorrhoids. Like, is this a problem?
The spider, now that you can hear it talking, grunts and strains, but no one else can hear this.
Kazo is just making the most "oh god, what have I done" faces in front of everyone else.
Kozlo's getting a very brief idea of what it's like to be a druid.
It's like when you can hear someone using a bathroom and they definitely don't realize that you can hear them.
Do you know what that is?
God, I shouldn't have had the Taco Bell! As the spider grunts and strains, she momentarily just touches her abdomen, or her thorax, or her I don't know the fucking spider parts very well. She touches her butt end to the boat, and a thin straw-like piece of web attaches from her butt parts to the bottom of the boat.
Grab this lead. Grab my
Okay.
friendship rope.
Kazo will, with a strange look on his face, grab the friendship rope.
The phase spider climbs up the mast, and the rope gets a little bit longer.
Okay. Hold on tight.
She looks at Whaledoodle and skitters across the mast.
I have like 50 feet of rope in my bag. Why am I doing this?
Tell your cow shark. Come closer.
Oh no, not me. You're gonna want the other two.
She doesn't think she can make the jump.
Make a whale bridge.
Whaledoodle tilts down, so its head and jaw get closer to the killer whale in the water.
She finally jumps on the back of Whaledoodle's tail and skitters up your back.
Cow shark?
Coslo, in your hand is the spider silk, and she's just making a trail of silk.
Green friend, tell cow shark to tell larger cow shark to come above water more, and then roll around so I can wrap it around her belly.
Hey, Whaledoodle, you mind telling him to get to the surface and roll around a bit?
Whaledoodle will slap his tail across the surface of the water above whale number 1.
The female whale breaches and turns to look at you.
Whaledoodle will then signal with one of the dorsal fins, kind of in a circular motion, like gonna need you to do the spin-a-rooney.
Oh. Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, like that.
She breaches the water as if she were, you guys are on a boat, whale watching. She jumps up above the water. This is not Whaledoodle's spider, Coslo's spider hanging on to the fin. All you hear is whee! As she jumps above the water and lands back down with a splash. The whale lands on her back, exposing her belly, and you just see the spider skittering across it going just
Why are you like this?
Next summer for the X Games, phase spider log rolling.
the same thing she does with the other whale as the whale breaches the water, lands on its back, and she crawls across the belly, wrapping the spider silk around the whale's middle.
It is done.
Let's, good. Don't force yourself. Let's get you back to safety.
Back to the boat. Back to friends.
This is why I'm so glad I didn't pick biology. Okay, there you go.
She hands you, well, she doesn't hand you, she sticks her butt in your general direction, Coslo, the rest of the webbing hanging out of her back end.
There. Give it a tug.
I hate you so much.
Kozlo will like just look around at everyone else like, what the fuck have I done? And give it a tug.
This
it
is
just-
what you get.
You wanted this! With a,
This episode has fun for the whole family, you guys. All ages.
Oh my God.
Just Cosmo just sitting there. All around me.
she's just so grunty, but kind of like weird about it, kind of happy about it. She's just helping her friend. But now you have what is essentially just reins of spider silk in both hands. It's sticky, and you can almost see through it like glass noodles. The other ends are wrapped around the whales. You can probably just attach this to anything by sticking it on there, like what is that? What is that? Flex tape that you just put on anything and it sticks there.
Yeah, the flex tape.
The flex tape, yeah. You just
the
slap
command
that shit on
strips.
there. Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Don't worry. My web will not stick to my friend. Put it anywhere you like.
just me snorting in the background. It's so hard to do the straight face. I hate myself right now.
When the DM's finally tired of your
Just-
shit
I
and
just
decides
am
to be
just
stupid
broken.
with you.
Broken.
I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be sticking this to anymore.
You can just hold on to it and give it a hi-ya.
Give it a friggin' what?
Like a yeah. Like a woo. Or maybe like a go. I don't
Try yip yip. It works with flying bison. Obviously, I should work with flying whales, right?
Wait, I got something for this.
Kozlo will get his hat out, put his hat on, become Southern Gentleman Kozlo. Suppose it's best we mosey on out of here. And he'll whip the web like a rain.
all aboard. Oh my god. As you whip the reins of the spider webbing attached to the killer whales, the whales begin to move their tails back and forth, slowly picking up speed, trying not to do a quick start so the rest of their precious cargo does not go overboard. Do you, the whale asks Whaledoodle, wish to go to the shore? We cannot dash them upon the rocks?
Unfortunately, you heard the deal, so they gotta go safely to shore. That's what we are ordered to do.
Then we must. And they begin to move.
But there was nothing in the rules about how fast you could go.
Very well.
Like that we're just leaving all of our pieces that we collected behind.
I could have attached them to the boat. but we
Why
won't.
bother? Just delete them. We collected them, and then we're like, nah, we're gonna go with this stupid plan instead.
Brilliant
Which
plan!
I contributed to, and I love every minute of it.
Look, we have not had one of these plans go wrong. I just want to point that out.
So you're saying you
turning-
love it when a plan comes together?
Every time.
I'm just gonna put it out there. We are 2 for 2 when we turn Whaledoodle into Whaledoodle. That is he is batting 1,000. That is 100% win rate.
The whales begin to pull you west, quickly picking up speed as they take you away from the storm in the ocean. The route is slightly different from where Sea Swab was heading to, as they are going to the nearest shore and not back to Xavia. The destination does not matter. The land underneath your feet finally feels dry and warm, and the storm abates. The rain stops. The clouds clear up, and the whales leave you on the rocky shores of some partially deserted island. And hopefully, after hearing the catastrophe that has happened at sea, Swab, you remember in your memories that eventually you are picked up, but your outlook on the ocean is changed forever. And for 7 years, the Maelstrom Devil has bought your silence in this route full of treachery, hungry sharks, conniving killer whales, and a Maelstrom Devil is still littered with debris and detritus from capsized ships in the ocean. The Maelstrom Devil grows stronger over these 7 years, but you do not hear anything from him. You do hear of tragedies at sea, of course, ill-timed storms coming out of nowhere, ships exploding for no reason, possibly carrying loads of gunpowder from little goblin smugglers. But you cannot say anything about it, nor warn these ships away from their terrible route. In the back of your mind, the Maelstrom Devil must grow incredibly powerful, manipulating captains, sailors, and survivors all, any of them willing to do just about anything to survive in this cold, oppressive darkness. The 7 years have already passed, Sea Swab, and you have not heard from this Maelstrom Devil again.
Oh, wait a minute. The 7 years started from the memory?
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't have done anything anyway. Amazing. Okay.
Pay negotiation.
Temporal paradoxes are fucking weird.
Sea Swab, you are definitely directly responsible for some of Coslow's woes, including that ship that exploded at sea from carrying a lot of his smuggled goods, and has gotten him into debt with numerous traders. And in fact, he had to send, Lena Umbralis in order to settle some of these debts, which could have been avoided if you would have just merely spoken up. But now this lingers in the back of your mind. In your friendship with Coslow, will you ever admit that you were the crux of his problems? That your willingness to survive has caused him an untold amount of stress and pain, perhaps even leading to the creation of Rascal's Reef and the exploitation of his family?
NBD.
I mean, isn't this like the grandfather paradox where like now he knows because he witnessed this as well? It's like when we get out of this, he's gonna know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
He might be able to put two and two together. If Coslow remembers the very specific route, perhaps the island that you have finally reached with the killer whales is something familiar to you.
It is it? I don't
It definitely. As you hit the shore and take your first steps back onto it, you are transported out of the darkness, back into the Great Ice Library. In between Sea Swab and Coslow, there is a glint of a familiar, of a gem. One gem is appearing. Coslow, that route is definitely the one that your ships have gone on. The ones that have capsized and exploded. You thought it was entirely your fault, your cargo too dangerous. But no. Someone knew about it this whole time. A dangerous
His
devil.
name is the devil.
A dangerous devil lurking under the seas, making bargains with his sorcerous brethren. The essence of Nightmare's Shroud appears between you two, daring either one of you to take it first. You both
Coslo's just gotta look back and forth between Sea Swab for a second. He's just kind of watching, waiting for Sea Swab to grab it at this point, I think.
Coslow, it definitely...
Sea Swab's gonna have like... Sea Swab's gonna look at Coslow with like a look of like, I did what I had to do. And I was bound by devil magic. and he's gonna wait for Kozlo to grab it first.
You both
See, here's the
stare
thing,
at each
though.
other.
Kozlo doesn't really care that the ship sank and all that, and like it was a hassle, but it got solved. So he's just kind of like, that was kind of a pain in the ass, but also, I guess, kind of good. So I'm sort of trying to figure out exactly how he would respond to this.
It is also a chain reaction of events that also has led to the creation of Rascal's Reef.
I think Kozlo literally is just gonna look at the gem, look at Sea Swab, look at the gem, and just kind of go,
Huh. Alright. That's weird.
Well, and now you own Rascal's Reef, so I feel like,
That's great.
in a weird sort of way,
Yeah,
aside
everything's
from all
going
the
up
people
top.
that Sea Swab relentlessly murdered through inaction, you made out pretty good.
Good job with the discriminate might to save your own skin, buddy.
Are we done dealing with the darkness inside us all? Oh, nope, definitely not.
Darkit shuts the door again.
No, Darkit, I think we're good. We're good, Darkit. You can come in. We're just debriefing.
yeah, like to Kozlo, this darkness within is just like Tuesday. So
Ah, so it was the desperation that caused all this darkness, this inaction, this...
The darkness were the friends we made along the way. Right, Sea Swab?
Yeah,
Right.
apparently.
But will you allow this darkness to fester in your heart? Why, what you want is just within arm's reach. More power. Go on, grab it.
Alright, yeah, that thing.
and Kozlo will grab the gem.
Good. But what is darkness without forgiveness? Do you blame your friend for his desperation to stay alive and his inaction as the Maelstrom devil does what he wishes to those helpless ships aboard the seas? Or do you merely pretend from here on out none of this ever happened because of you? You could have stopped it, you know. A little sacrifice. But no, you wish to persist. An interesting quandary. I shall see you in the foyer when you have come to terms with your darkness.
It'd be so on brand for us to be like, yeah, we don't care.
And that's literally where Kozlo's at this point. Like, he thought about it for a second. He was like,
Yeah, whatever.
Hey,
I
you're
wasn't
like,
on those ships. I don't give a shit.
and you're like, "Hey, you wanted to kill me. I'm fucking better than me.
Sea Swab. It seems like these treacherous seas have forced the goblins to create a place of respite on the ocean, known as Rascal's Reef. Some terrible things have gone on in Rascal's Reef, such as the trafficking of people and souls. Could you have been the cause of all this? Could you have stopped any of this from happening? Kidnapping of Kozlo's mother? The deals with the Lich that Kozlo's father was forced to create? All of these ships capsizing on the way to Xavia? Even the ones carrying Rain's friends? Would this devil have been involved? Or continue to be involved? Now that the 7 years are up, you could theoretically warn people, or not, and seek out, seek out this devil for knowledge and teaching. There is a storm that rages inside of you, after all. Kozlo, as you grab the stone, the book disappears. Silence falls over the party for a moment, each looking at Seaswab in turn. Is he to blame for his inaction? Or would you have done the same? And who are you to judge?
Yeah, I think the more that Kozlo thinks about this, the more he's just going to be like, A, I would have done the same thing. B, all of the shit that happened with the Greenfinger clan would have probably happened anyway because that's just who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And C, I came out of it kind of on top, so I guess kind of thanks, C-Swap?
Yeah? That's definitely one way to interpret it.
You're all welcome. All of you are welcome. Also, did you hear him? I'm related to the devil, so...
Well, a devil. Like, there are so many devils.
Seaswab, now you understand a little bit more about your sorceress origins. Something, somewhere down the line, either made a bargain or are directly related. And since he called you cousin, well, it is a little ambiguous. He could be merely talking about the storms that you both can control, the storms that rage inside of you both. Or could it be a literal, something that is the origin of your sorceress magic?
Oh, shit.
Either way, you've learned something about yourself today, and the rest of your party has learned something about you as well. But since Kozlo has not directly summoned his cannon and lit you on fire, it seems like bygones, for now, will be bygones.
Kozlo will, because I still have the sending stones that I can use to communicate with my sister, whose name I've forgotten.
Nippy!
Yeah. So Kozlo will get that out and just kind of send a quick thought like,
Hey! If you see anyone you like, tell them about this route to not take. And if you see anyone you don't like, tell them about this route they should take.
Oh!
C-Swab, next time C-Swab's in Madronox, he's definitely gonna have the dock masters all put up or like the dock people all put up signs that basically say like, do not go this route if you don't have to. Like it's gonna be full bore warnings of like, this is what's gonna happen if you go. It's like those signs that when you cave dive, where it's like, do not cave dive, you will die.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like that.
Okay, so you choose not to continue feeding innocence to the storm.
You know, we
That
should-
wasn't the deal.
You will actively try and stop people from going through the Maelstrom now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get free extra parts on the deal.
Oh, true.
We should actually recruit adventurers to go and dispose and dispel and banish the devil. Because we're big kids, we can do that.
Yeah, you're a queen. You can fucking
yeah,
in your
What
we're
honor.
gonna
about-
do it ourselves.
You're the
but-
fucking dock master, C-Swab.
Yeah, but I mean,
Put a
it's
bounty
your-
on his ass.
But it's docks in your area.
Oh, so now that actual work is related to being dock master, now it's somehow the queen's responsibility. Delegation,
No.
bitch.
I said in your name, like a crusade.
Well, that crusade is a little bit much, but I think we can start with a bounty. That'll
It's
definitely
a
attract some
literal
adventurers. Yeah,
As
like
long
Crusade
as
is
we're
the exact
great
amount.
friends.
C-Swab,
Because
we've
every
literally
failed
killed
group-
devils. Literal devils.
Okay.
Like, it's like a Tuesday.
on a
Hey,
Tuesday.
Hey, sorry for trying to give my queen recognition. I'll make sure to do everything behind your back from now on.
Also, a crusade is really more like your patron's thing, I think.
Yeah, that's for
We can do it in Azrael's name.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a shark yet.
You can do whatever you like. But you, Dockmaster, will probably have this delegated to you no matter what. The Queen can decree it, but actually pulling it off will be in your purview. And if you wish to warn your fellow ships and sailors, you have very good connections. Almus, you also have your Grand Admiral that you also know of. And they can make sure that, at the very least, if the devil can't be stopped, that area which he commands can be avoided. Or, the other option is, just like before, you do nothing. And perhaps this could curry favor with the devil and allow you to make a better bargain down the line.
A better Fey bargain, you say?
A better devil bargain. He will know after those 7 years are up, and they most certainly are. And if people are still traversing his waters, it might be all thanks to you.
Is it okay? In where we are right now in the Ice Library, from my memory, how is it exactly 7 years? Like, are we like right at the 7-year mark, or has it been like 9 years?
I will say it's been over 1 year, so it's been about 8 years.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the devil with like carrier pigeon deals and counteroffers.
You have an entire trident of fish command if you want to play fish telephone. You could just ask a fish to carry a message.
Yes, Regis, I'd like to phone a fish.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited for Devil Bargain Sea Swab.
The future is in your hands, Sea Swab.
And as they say, the devil is in the details.
No.
Devil went down to Arctis looking for a soul to steal.
Well, Sea Swab, this was less about the literal darkness, even though you did have to deal with it, and more about the darkness of inaction, of ambivalence. Now you can make change. If you choose to do it.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
We will consider Darkit's challenge completed. And Sea Swab has learned a valuable lesson, perhaps more about himself than anything else. The
Valuable lesson of friendship.
You just sacrifice your friends for one level. Easy.
So I had the easiest method backstory. Just saying.
Yours was more about decisions.
I can't wait for Kozlo's to be. And now here's the time that you got completely fucked over by what Sea Swab did that once.
Look, mine was only split between 2 episodes because, you know, we started the Ice Library with it. So mine was short too.
Really, we should all just blame Rain here.
Are we surprised that Reigns was the most?
It wasn't even. No, the problem is Lost. It took a lot of liberties. It wasn't even
It's
a
true.
memory that Rain had. It's a memory of a thing that Rain kind of sort of knew about, and then he just went full creative license on it. This is all Lost its fault.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, that will end the session for today. One final normal difficulty nightmare method remains. Violet, the nightmare method of violence.
Saving the
Finally,
best
what
for
we're
last.
good at.
But
Yeah, I'm
then,
ready for this one because I
One of
didn't
us.
do
One
anything
of
for
us.
this.
Who will gobble one of us?
After that, death and mourning will be available to you.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yay!
Death and mourning, my favorite.
Yeah, Kazo, you're becoming increasingly worried that between violence, death, and mourning, you haven't really had a nightmare yet.
I'm more of a night person than a morning person, so I don't think that one will be too bad, though.
Let's be honest. We know that Cosmos is going to be violent.
Yeah.
Oh wait, have we not had Coslos yet? We
No.
haven't.
No, Cosmos
had we?
is the last. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Lost was Rains, Disasters was neutral, Fallet was Whaledoodles, Trap It
Yeah.
was Grabella's, and Darkit was Sea Swabs.
Bop it. Twist it.
Pop it!
Pull it. Pop it.
Trauma it!
Malorded.
No. I mean, same thing, really.
That's actually what the next challenge is going to be, is just everybody drink as much Malort as your body can feasibly biologically contain, and we just see what happens.
Woof.
I'm gonna just stab myself and not participate.
I also
What?
am refusing to participate. I will drink other alcohol. It will not be Malort.
Grabella
this is in and out of
Seaswab at the start.
character.
We're like, only one of us has to survive, right? All right, good luck, Coslo.
So have fun. Yeah, no, 100%. I will do that shit.
It's so funny, 'cause
I
sometimes I think that
refuse to drink an
Cosmo... Yeah, don't drink the Malort. Don't drink the Malort. And sometimes I worry that Cosmo doesn't have nightmares. He's just so fucking cool. He's just so aloof.
He is a nightmare, really.
Gotta spend money to make money, friend. It's alright.
Cosmo's nightmare is
That's
just the
Cosmo's
nightmare of
nightmare, he's
being
just broke.
poor. Yeah. Like, Cosmo, you have no money. Your pockets are empty. No!
Wakes up one day and his bombs don't explode anymore and he can't figure out why.
Truly, vomit is not one of the major primal
When you
nightmares.
have like that recurring dream of like you show up at school and you haven't been in a class for a couple years, or like you don't know where to go. His is like showing up at his bar, but there's no money in it.
Everyone's got gold but you, Coslo.
All right, everybody. Thank you for once again playing a game of Arctis with me as we get through the Great Ice Library. Violence is next, and mourning and death are just on the horizon.
Yeah.
I wish you all
Yay.
a very good evening, excellent session, and I'll see you next Monday. And for those of you showing up for Goblin with a Fat Ass, same time on Wednesday.
Bonk it.
Bonk it. Trauma
Slap it!
Web it!
Slap it!
Back it up.
Twerk it!
And
No.
good night.
Hey, good. All right, everybody. Have a good evening.
See you guys.
See ya.
Boop it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Woo! A little bit of a chaotic session at points. Catch all of the VODs in full if you've missed a part of the session over on Arctis DD on YouTube. We are a tiny, tiny little channel, and all of your likes and subs are super appreciated. Go do it! Go do it now! Doesn't even cost anything. Just like and subscribe. I love you forever. Catch all of our shorts and funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok and Blue Sky. And I'm your DM Zarina. We have a special bonus sessions coming up on Wednesday, as I am collabing with Coslo for a few sessions of Goblin with a Fat Ass. I'm greatly looking forward to it. We will be having our session 0 on Wednesday. This is not official Arctis content. It will just be off-the-cuff chaos and some lighthearted role-playing and not a lot of drama. So I hope you can join us on Wednesday for some Goblin with a Fat Ass, Session 0. This is where we will get to know our players, we will roll characters, and see what kind of chaos we come up with. The real session will most likely be the week after. But I am greatly looking forward to meeting all the players for our session and seeing what everybody comes up with. God, I hope we just have 7 absolute dump trucks for this session. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.